Beloved chosen one, let me ask you something that will pierce deeper than any surface noise. Have you ever felt the stillness of heaven pressing against your spirit, as if everything around you paused just to see what you would do next? Have you noticed the strange silence before a breakthrough, when nothing seems to move, and yet your soul keeps whispering, something is about to happen? What if I told you that silence was not abandonment, it was divine suspense? Heaven was holding its breath, waiting for you. You have felt it, haven't you? That sense that your life has been on hold, that you were made for something far greater than the cycle you've been trapped in. You've watched others move ahead, succeed, and flourish, while your spirit was confined to a waiting room that felt endless. But deep down, a voice kept repeating, wait. You didn't understand why, but now the heavens break their silence. The divine pause ends here. Every delay was sacred. Every unanswered prayer was an echo building momentum in eternity. You were never forgotten. You were reserved, like an arrow drawn back before release. The tension you felt was not punishment, it was preparation. The world taught you to measure life by movement. But God measures destiny by alignment. When nothing was happening in your eyes, everything was being positioned behind the veil. Every unseen detail, every hidden adjustment, every silent night was setting the stage for the hour that has now arrived. Can you feel it? The shift in the air, the trembling of your spirit that knows something divine has awakened. That's not imagination, that's revelation. You are standing in the moment heaven has waited for, as was spoken in the scroll of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. This right now is your appointed time. You are not early, you are not late. You are exactly on time in the divine calendar of heaven. Beloved, you have endured storms that were not meant to destroy you, but to shape your faith. You survived nights of confusion so that clarity could be born within you. You questioned why others didn't understand the depth of your spirit, but they weren't supposed to. You were set apart. You were chosen. Every tear, every test, every door that didn't open, every opportunity that vanished, it was all part of a higher orchestration. God's silence wasn't rejection, it was orchestral timing. And now, the conductor lifts his hand once more, and the symphony resumes. The pause is over. You see, when heaven pauses, it's not because it has nothing to say, it's because it's about to release everything at once. You are standing at the threshold where delay becomes destiny, where waiting becomes witnessing. Do not mistake the stillness for absence. Stillness is where divine power gathers before it strikes, like lightning waiting in the clouds. Heaven has been storing your next move with precision. Look around you, the signs are everywhere. The old season is collapsing. Relationships that could not stand the weight of your calling are falling away. Situations that once chained you are cracking open. It's not chaos, it's calibration. The divine pause was God's hand resting on your timeline, whispering, "Not yet. I'm still preparing the stage." But now, his hand moves, and his voice declares, "Now, this moment is holy. Every breath you take from this second forward carries prophetic weight. You are not the same person you were before this message found you. Heaven has shifted your coordinates, and though the enemy tried to convince you that the pause meant you were forgotten, he failed to realize something powerful. Heaven's silence is not surrender, it's strategy. God's timing is flawless. He waits until every element, every heart, every opportunity aligns perfectly with his purpose for you. Chosen one, this is the unveiling. You've been hidden long enough. The pause breaks because the world needs the version of you that has been refined in the silence. You carry something sacred, wisdom born from waiting, faith forged in fire, strength sculpted in solitude. Now heaven speaks with unmistakable clarity. Step forward. This is your cue. The light is on you. The divine script unfolds in your favor. Everything that once resisted you now recognizes the authority you walk in. And as this revelation finds you, let your spirit respond not with fear, but with faith. Because when God says now, no force in existence can delay what He has ordained. Take a breath. Feel the weight of destiny settling on your shoulders. You're not wandering, you are being released. The divine pause breaks, heaven moves, and the earth will soon witness what God has been shaping in secret. If this word has stirred something deep within you, if you know this moment was meant for you, do not let it pass in silence. Show heaven you hear the call. Like, share this word, subscribe to this channel, and if you feel led to sow into this divine message, your offering becomes a prophetic act of agreement. Type the number 777 in the comments, a declaration that the divine timing of God has just aligned in your life. You've carried so much, haven't you? Chosen one. You've smiled while your spirit trembled. You've kept going while parts of you were breaking inside. There were nights when you whispered prayers you weren't even sure anyone heard, and mornings when you wore strength like a mask so no one could see the exhaustion behind your eyes. You've carried the weight of expectation, the weight of fear, the weight of failure that wasn't even yours. You've carried people who never learned how to carry themselves, burdens that weren't meant for your shoulders, and stories that left scars on your soul. But listen to me now, heaven never intended for you to live this heavy. The delays you've endured were not meant to add weight to your back, but to show you that you were never meant to walk this path burdened. The same hands that formed the stars are reaching for your shoulders right now. You've been carrying too much for too long. It's time to let go. Close your eyes for a moment. Chosen one. Breathe in deeply. Feel your body, the tension in your neck, the pressure in your chest, the tightness in your back, that heaviness you feel. That's not just emotion, it's spiritual weight trapped in flesh. Now call it by name. Don't explain it, don't justify it. Just name it. Say it softly under your breath. The fear, the guilt, the person, the memory, the dream that died before it bloomed, the secret disappointment you've carried quietly. Call it by name, because what you name, you disarm. Now release it, not just in your mind, but with your body. Drop your shoulders. Exhale deeply. Imagine that heaviness leaving through your breath, melting off your skin, sliding off your back, down into the ground beneath you. Let it fall. Let it go. This is not metaphor. This is warfare. Because every weight you carry that heaven never gave you is a chain designed to slow your steps toward purpose. You've spent years believing that strength means holding everything together. But true strength is knowing what to set down. Heaven doesn't crown the exhausted, it crowns the obedient. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 55, verse 22. Cast your burden on the Lord, and He will sustain you. He will never permit the righteous to be moved. Do you see, beloved, it doesn't say manage your burden. It says cast it. That means throw it off. God doesn't ask you to organize your pain or decorate it or carry it more efficiently. He says give it to me, because the hands that carried the cross can carry what you cannot. You've tried to reason your way out of weariness, but weariness doesn't respond to logic. It responds to surrender. This is where heaven meets earth in the quiet decision to unclench your fists and say, I release this. Look at your life right now. The bills, the deadlines, the relationships that demand more than they give, the silent battles you fight when no one's watching. You wake up every day thinking you have to fix everything, hold everyone together, stay strong even when you're crumbling inside. But what if that constant strain isn't faithfulness, it's fear? Fear that if you stop, everything will fall apart. Fear that if you rest, you'll lose your worth. Fear that if you're not doing something, you're not enough. Chosen one, that's not faith, that's bondage disguised as responsibility. And heaven is breaking that off you today. You are not God. You are His creation. You are not the keeper of every outcome. You are the vessel of obedience. So right now, I want you to practice release. Wherever you are, let your body mirror your spirit. Unclench your jaw. Roll your shoulder. Let your arms hang loose. Breathe. Let the air in your lungs remind you that you are still alive for a reason. Let your heartbeat remind you that heaven is not done with you. When you let go physically, you send a message to your soul. It is safe to stop carrying what no longer belongs. You've carried grief, but heaven offers grace. You've carried anxiety, but heaven offers assurance. You've carried control, but heaven offers rest. Let every exhale be a prayer without words. Let every tear that falls be an offering of release. This is your turning point, your divine exhale. No more pretending that being strong means staying stuck. No more calling your heaviness normal. No more believing that you have to hold up the world to prove your worth. You are not meant to survive every storm alone. You are meant to stand in it and let God carry the weight. So breathe again, lighter this time. You have just participated in a holy exchange. You gave heaven your heaviness, and heaven gives you peace. You offered God your burden, and He returns strength. This is how the divine pause begins to break, when you finally make room for motion by releasing what was never yours to hold. Chosen one, your next step doesn't require more striving. It requires surrender. Now, as this word settles in your spirit, don't just listen, respond. In the comments, write the name of your burden. Just the name, no explanations. It could be fear, control, grief, unforgiveness, anxiety, loneliness. Then, as you type it, whisper aloud, "I release you." That act becomes your prophetic agreement. Your body releases and your words release. Your faith releases. This is how breakthrough begins. Now place your right hand over your heart. Feel it steady, alive, chosen. Each beat reminds you that heaven still writes your story. Whisper softly, "This burden is not mine anymore." As you breathe out, imagine the weight turning into light golden, warm lifting from your shoulders and rising upward. See it travel beyond your reach, returning to the hands of God who knows exactly what to do with it. Tilt your head slightly toward heaven and let your body follow the motion of surrender. Your knees do not bow in weakness but in release. You are not collapsing, you are exchanging. The heaviness leaves and peace takes its place. Stay here for one slow breath. Let your body memorize the feeling of freedom, how air moves easier through your lungs, how your chest expands without resistance, how stillness no longer feels like fear but like home. Then whisper one final truth: I am free and I am sustained. You wondered why God hid you, didn't you? Chosen one. Why the doors wouldn't open, why recognition never came, why your voice echoed in empty spaces while others were celebrated loudly. You questioned, did I miss my timing or was I ever meant to be seen? But what if I told you the silence of those years was not neglect? It was design. Heaven was not ignoring you. It was guarding you. God placed you behind the veil, not to punish you, but to preserve you. You were being refined in the secret place, while others rushed into stages they weren't ready for. God said over you, Not yet. Because he knew what you carry requires depth, not speed. There is a holiness in hiddenness. You see, when something sacred is born, it is always first protected in obscurity. Moses was hidden in the reeds. David was hidden in the fields. Jesus himself was hidden in Egypt. Hiddenness is heaven's way of maturing greatness before exposure. While you thought nothing was happening, roots were being formed, deep, unshakable, unmovable roots. You were not forgotten. You were being fortified. There were seasons you prayed and heard nothing. You served quietly while others were applauded. You did right and still lost. But even in that silence, God was writing your foundation in invisible ink. Do you remember those nights when you felt unworthy, when the mirror reflected exhaustion more than glory? Those moments were not abandonment. They were construction zones. Heaven was building your integrity behind closed doors. Sometimes divine love disguises itself as delay, because God would rather hide you for a while than watch the world crush you too soon. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms, chapter 27, verse 5. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion, in the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. Do you feel that, beloved? The hiding was not your cage, it was your covering. The secret place was your training ground. You were not being buried, you were being planted. And everything planted in private will bloom in public. Think of how many times you nearly gave up, how many times you wanted to quit, to disappear completely. Yet somehow, something divine inside you whispered, "Hold on." That was God's voice in the darkness, reminding you that your story wasn't over, it was simply underground. The hidden years are the hardest because they feel silent, slow, and invisible. But they are also the most sacred because that's where identity is forged. That's where God separates your worth from people's applause, your peace from the noise of validation, your calling from the need for comparison. In the hidden years, heaven rewrites your definition of success. It teaches you that being unseen doesn't mean being unimportant. It teaches you that value doesn't require visibility. So if you are still in that secret season, don't despise it. The hidden years are not wasted, they are womb years. And the womb always comes before the wonder. You are being shaped quietly for something loud. You are being prepared for moments where your spirit will speak louder than your name. You are being refined for assignments that require purity over popularity. When God finally reveals you, the world won't just see your light, they'll feel your endurance, your humility, your wisdom born of waiting. That's why heaven kept you covered. You were not ready then because what's coming next needed a deeper version of you, and that version was born in secret. So stop looking back at what you lost in those quiet years. Look instead at what you gained: discernment, strength, patience, and an intimacy with God that the crowd could never offer. Chosen one. The silence was a classroom. Every unanswered question was a lesson in trust. Every delayed promise was proof of divine discipline. You learned how to pray when no one clapped. You learned how to stay when nothing made sense. You learned how to listen when heaven spoke softly. And now, when the time comes for your unveiling, you will carry more than talent, you will carry weight. The kind of spiritual authority that can only be born in the unseen. Heaven doesn't rush masterpieces, it perfects them in shadows. So when you step into visibility, don't forget the beauty of obscurity. Don't resent the seasons that shaped your spine. Don't hide your scars because they're proof you were faithful even when no one saw. You are stepping out of hiding, not as who you were, but as who you were always meant to become. The world will soon call you an overnight success, but you and heaven will smile, knowing it took years of silence to create one moment of glory. So breathe, Beloved, the hidden years were never punishment. They were prophecy being fulfilled in secret. Now, if this truth resonates in your spirit, I want you to mark this moment. Write in the comments these 4 words: I was hidden. Write them as a declaration, not a complaint. Write them to remind your soul that hiding was never about losing, it was about becoming. Because the same God who hid you is now the one who reveals you. And when he reveals, he does it with glory that no man can diminish. Can you feel it? Chosen one. The strange pull in your spirit, the quiet knowing that something divine has shifted the rhythm of your life. Once out of sync, now begins to click into harmony with heaven's unseen clock. What was delayed now begins to move. What was confusing now becomes clear. The pieces that never made sense suddenly fit with precision that only God could orchestrate. This is not coincidence. This is divine synchronization. Heaven's timing has struck alignment. There were seasons you felt like everything was falling apart. You tried, you prayed, you fasted, but the doors stayed shut. You thought something was wrong with you, but nothing was wrong. The timing wasn't right. Heaven's clock never runs on human impatience. It runs on divine intention. And though it felt like stillness, every delay was God's clock resetting your destiny into perfect alignment. You see, when a clockmaker builds a masterpiece, he adjusts each gear with care. One wrong turn, and the entire mechanism collapses. That's what God was doing with your life, refining the gears of your soul, aligning the people, moments, and miracles that would move together at the right second. The divine schedule is not about speed. It's about sequence. You had to arrive when heaven said, "Now," as was spoken in the sacred texts of old, in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Do you see it now, the pauses and pushes, the closed doors and opened ones? The losses and the gains, they were all pieces of one cosmic rhythm. Heaven was never late. You were being tuned to divine time. When heaven aligns, you begin to notice the subtle signs: unexpected peace where there was anxiety, favor where there was rejection, clarity where there was confusion. It feels almost like you've stepped into a flow that was always waiting for you. But you finally arrived at the right moment to enter it. And here's the truth: you cannot force divine alignment. You can only flow into it. Think back to the moments when you forced things: relationships, jobs, dreams. Remember how everything drained you, how no matter how hard you tried, something always felt off. That was your spirit trying to tell you you are out of sync. But now, heaven has turned the clock. The gears of destiny click together. The friction is gone. The flow begins. You will begin to see what once resisted you now start to cooperate with your calling. People will show up who were never available before. Opportunities will unlock that used to remain sealed. And it won't be because you pushed harder, it will be because you aligned deeper. God is not asking you to run faster. He's asking you to listen closer. Chosen one, this is what alignment feels like. You stop chasing and things start finding you. You stop striving and peace becomes your proof. You stop fighting against closed doors and realize they were divine boundaries protecting your path. The timing is holy now. Heaven has pressed go. And as divine timing unfolds, remember, alignment does not mean ease. It means clarity. It means every move you make now carries purpose. You'll still face challenges, but you'll no longer fight out of season. When heaven's clock strikes, even opposition becomes orchestration. What once blocked you will now propel you, because everything, even resistance, bows to divine timing. Have you noticed how everything is accelerating lately? Not in chaos, but in purpose. Things that took years are now happening in weeks. People who once overlooked you are now drawn to your voice. The slow grind has shifted into divine momentum. It's not random, it's the sound of heaven's gears turning. The bell of destiny has rung. When God says now, everything aligns: time, people, doors, and even your own heart. That's why your spirit feels the vibration of change before your eyes see it. The clock of heaven has always been ticking in your favor. You just had to mature into its moment. But here's what heaven wants you to know. Alignment requires attention. Do not let distractions pull you back into disorder. Protect your peace like sacred ground. Guard your schedule like holy territory. If it doesn't align with where God is taking you, let it fall away. Because when heaven's clock moves, you can't carry everything from the last season into the new one. Some connections, some habits, even some identities must be left behind. Not every gear belongs in this rotation. This is a season of divine precision. God is fine-tuning your steps to meet what He's already prepared. Every divine appointment, every open door, every word spoken over your life is now converging. You're not behind, you're right on time. The wait has not been wasted, it's been weaving. Heaven has been weaving your story into perfect timing. Chosen one, hear this clearly. The divine clock doesn't strike for everyone at once, it strikes for those who stayed faithful during delay. You didn't quit in the silence. You didn't walk away when nothing made sense. That's why now, as heaven moves, you are one of the few ready to walk in rhythm. The appointed hour has come. You are entering synchronization with destiny itself. So step carefully but boldly. Every minute now matters. Heaven has set the pace, walk in it, not ahead of it. And when you begin to see the signs, doors opening effortlessly, timing aligning perfectly, peace replacing pressure, smile and whisper, this is my alignment. If this message confirms what your spirit already sensed, mark this holy moment with a prophetic act. Type the number 444 in the comments. It represents divine alignment, heavenly order, and spiritual completion. You're not typing numbers, you're declaring, I move in sync with heaven's clock. Because from this moment forward, nothing in your life will be out of time again. There were days when you felt unseen, chosen one, when you poured love into people who never poured it back, when you gave your best and still felt invisible, when you whispered prayers that seemed to disappear into the ceiling. You thought heaven had forgotten your name, but heaven never forgets what it writes in fire. You have been known all along. Your name has been echoing in the corridors of heaven while you sat in silence wondering if you mattered. Angels have spoken it in their songs. God Himself has carried it across the winds of time, waiting for the perfect moment to remind you you were never forgotten. Your story may have felt buried, but it was only being planted. Every hidden seed must first break before it blooms. You were underground, but you were growing. When others overlooked you, heaven took note. When others dismissed you, heaven documented your faithfulness. And now, heaven is unfolding the proof that nothing you gave in love was wasted. We are reminded through the prophet Isaiah, chapter 49, verse 15. Can a mother forget her nursing child and have no compassion on the son of her womb? Even if she could forget, I will not forget you. This is God's whisper to you. Even if the world forgets, even if people move on, He remembers. Every tear shed in secret was seen. Every silent sacrifice was recorded. Every act of kindness you thought went unnoticed was witnessed by heaven's eyes. You see, being forgotten by people does not mean being forsaken by God. People move on because they see moments. God stays because He sees meaning. People remember actions. God remembers intentions. He knows the nights you couldn't sleep but still prayed for others. He knows the times you wanted to quit but chose to keep loving. He knows the weight of your obedience when it cost you everything. And now, the same God who kept record of your hidden faithfulness is preparing a public restoration. The tables are turning. Those who once overlooked you will soon see you shine, not out of pride, but out of proof that God's remembrance is real. But listen closely, beloved. This isn't just about being seen, it's about being understood. Because heaven doesn't merely reveal you, it redeems you. There's a rhythm to divine remembrance. It comes like rain after drought, like sunlight breaking through clouds. When it arrives, it doesn't just refresh you, it reveals everything that's been quietly growing under the soil of your endurance. You are that garden. Every seed of faith, every act of love, every word spoken in truth, they're all about to bloom. The world will soon smell the fragrance of what God's been cultivating in silence. Imagine for a moment a candle in a dark room. The candle doesn't cry because it's small. It burns because it was made for darkness. You are that light. The world may not have noticed the flicker, but heaven did. And now the wind of God is about to make that flame dance brighter. You were not overlooked. You were reserved for a moment when your light would matter most. And now that moment is arriving. Beloved chosen one, when you listen to these words, if something inside you stirs, if your heart beats a little faster, that's heaven confirming. This is for you. Your journey has meaning. Your waiting has weight. You are remembered. You are known. You are seen. So let this be your gentle reminder. Don't retreat back into silence. Step forward. Speak again. Love again. Trust again. Your time has come to be recognized not by the world's applause, but by heaven's affirmation. And if this message has touched you, if it reminded you that heaven hasn't forgotten your name, then I ask something simple and sincere. Like this message, not as routine, but as an act of agreement. It's your way of saying, yes, I received this truth. Share it, not as promotion, but as a ripple of light, because someone out there needs to remember they are not forgotten either. Subscribe if your spirit feels at home here, so that you stay close to the flow of words that water your faith. And if you feel led to donate, let it be a seed of gratitude, a symbolic gesture that says, "Thank you, God, for remembering me." You see, this space isn't about building a brand. It's about building a bridge between heaven's voice and human hearts. Every interaction, every click, every act of giving becomes another stone in that bridge, helping more souls remember that God still speaks and still sees. You are part of that mission now. You are not just a listener, you are a carrier of remembrance. Every time you share the light, you extend heaven's hand to someone who thinks they've been forgotten. And maybe that's why you were drawn here today, not by the algorithm, but by assignment. Heaven wanted to remind you that you are known and chosen, and through you, others will remember too. So take this moment to respond with faith. Let heaven see your agreement. Type the number 333 in the comments, a symbol of divine remembrance and perfect completion. It means heaven remembers me. Because it does, it always has, and now the world will too. Breathe. Chosen one. Slow down for a moment. The world around you moves like a storm, fast, loud, demanding, but heaven whispers, peace. You have been running for so long, reacting, surviving, fighting to stay afloat, that you may have forgotten what stillness feels like. But the Spirit of God is calling you now into a slower rhythm, a divine rhythm that restores your soul. The truth is, peace rarely shouts. It waits. It stands at the edge of your noise, waiting for you to notice it. And when you finally stop running, when you stop trying to prove, fix, or chase, peace quietly steps in and wraps itself around you like warm light. This section is not about striving, it's about slowing. Because sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is breathe. You see, the world has trained you to move faster, get more done, be more visible, hustle harder. But heaven moves to a different beat. God doesn't rush miracles. He breathes them. You are entering a season where speed will sabotage you, but stillness will strengthen you. You cannot hear heaven's rhythm while running on the world's tempo. And if you want to stay aligned, you must learn the sacred art of slowing down. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 11, verses 28 and 29, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." 4. This is not a suggestion, it's an invitation. When Jesus says, "Come to me," he isn't calling the perfect, he's calling the tired. He's calling you, the one who's been holding everything together. His rest is not escape, it's exchange. You give him your hurry, and he gives you his peace. You trade exhaustion for grace. You trade anxiety for alignment. So let's practice this together, right here, right now, wherever you are. Pause. Put your phone down for a moment. Yes, even this screen can wait. Close your eyes, if you can. Inhale deeply through your nose. Hold it. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Do this 3 times. Feel your heartbeat slow down. Feel your thoughts begin to soften. Now imagine you are standing in a wide, quiet field. The sky above you is open, limitless. The air is clean and gentle. There are no clocks here, no notifications, no noise, just you and God. In that stillness, you begin to remember that you were not created for chaos, you were created for communion. The Spirit whispers softly, "My peace I give you, not as the world gives." You realize peace isn't something you earn, it's something you allow. You don't have to chase it, you only have to make room for it. When was the last time you truly rested, chosen one? Not sleep, not distraction, but rest the kind that restores your mind and realigns your heart with heaven. Rest is holy. It's not laziness, it's obedience. Even the creator of the universe rested not because he was tired, but because he wanted to model the rhythm of heaven. Heaven doesn't hurry, it harmonizes. And when you slow down enough to listen, you begin to live in sync with eternity instead of urgency. So I want you to practice one simple act this week, a slow rhythm of peace. Wake up 10 minutes earlier and instead of grabbing your phone, grab stillness. Sit by your window, watch the morning light, breathe, whisper gratitude for being alive. Let your body remember that life is not a race, it's a rhythm. If you can, take a slow walk without music. Listen to the world breathe around you, the sound of birds, the hum of wind, the simple pulse of existence. In that moment, realize that peace has been waiting for you all along. You see, peace isn't found in the absence of movement, it's found in moving differently. When you walk with God, every step becomes prayer. When you eat slowly, every bite becomes gratitude. When you speak less, your words gain weight. When you rest, heaven resets your strength. A slow rhythm doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing everything with awareness. Because hurry disconnects you, but slowness anchors you. You cannot pour from an empty spirit, and you cannot hear the voice of God while racing past his whispers. So slow down. Let your heart catch up to your destiny. Chosen one, heaven is not in a rush with your story. What is meant for you will not miss you. The promises of God do not expire because you pause, they mature in rest. This is the mystery of divine peace. You stop moving outward, and everything begins to move inward. The moment you slow down, grace catches up. When you make stillness a habit, miracles stop feeling like surprises, they feel like rhythm. Because peace is not a feeling, it's a posture. Now, quietly, without typing or speaking. Just sit for one more breath. Let the silence settle. Let your shoulders fall. Let your thoughts drift back to God. This is your sanctuary, the sacred space between chaos and calm. And in this stillness, may you find what the world could never give, the rest of a soul anchored in peace. You've begun to feel it, haven't you? Chosen one, that subtle pressure in the air, the invisible stirring that seems to press against your peace. The closer you draw to your purpose, the louder the resistance becomes. What once flowed easily now seems to fight you at every turn. It's not coincidence, it's spiritual opposition awakening in response to your awakening. Darkness recognizes what's rising inside you, and it trembles. When you lived small, you were safe. But the moment you began to stand in your calling, to speak with conviction, to walk with light, the battle found you. That's because your very existence disrupts the plans of darkness. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because you carry power. Spiritual warfare is not a sign of failure, it's confirmation of impact. The prophet recorded long ago in the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. This is not poetic comfort, it's a legal decree from heaven. Weapons will form, yes. The text never said they wouldn't, but they will not prosper. And that's what you must hold on to in this season, the distinction between formation and fruition. The weapon may form, it may appear in the shape of betrayal, anxiety, rejection, or confusion. But it will not fulfill its intent. It cannot, because God already wrote your victory into the story before the attack began. Chosen one, the battle is not about your present, it's about your potential. The enemy doesn't fight you for where you are, he fights you for where you're going. You are carrying something that terrifies the darkness, clarity. And the moment clarity enters, chaos loses power. That's why distraction has increased. That's why strange exhaustion tries to cling to you. It's not random, it's resistance. But do not fear the shaking. Shaking is what happens when heaven rearranges what hell tried to claim. You have already overcome more than you realize. Think of the nights you didn't think you'd survive, the nights when silence screamed louder than faith, and yet, here you are, still standing, still believing, still carrying light. That's not coincidence. That's divine endurance. Your survival is evidence that heaven has invested too much in you to let you fall now. Sometimes what feels like an attack is actually a refinement. God allows pressure, not to destroy, but to purify. Gold is only proven genuine when it endures the fire. And what you are walking through right now is not punishment, it's proof of worth. When the enemy sees you glowing with new purpose, he panics. He throws confusion, fear, old wounds, anything to make you doubt what God said about you. But listen carefully, you don't fight darkness by shouting at it. You defeat it by shining. Your light, your peace, your faith, these are not passive qualities. They are spiritual weapons forged in stillness. There is power in remembering who stands with you. You do not walk through battle alone. Every step you take is flanked by unseen armies. Heaven watches over you not as an observer, but as a participant. You are surrounded, not by fear, but by fire, holy fire that shields and guides. The same God who parted seas still moves obstacles for those who trust him. And though you may not see it, every prayer you whisper sends ripples through the invisible realm. Every act of obedience pushes back the tide of darkness. You are part of something vast, an eternal resistance where light always wins. Beloved, take heart. The opposition you face right now is proportionate to the assignment you carry. Giants only appear in promised lands. The magnitude of the storm confirms the greatness of the calling it's trying to drown. Do not let fear convince you that you are losing ground. The very pressure you feel is the sound of new territory cracking open beneath your feet. What feels like chaos is often construction. What feels like warfare is often birthing. And what feels like breaking is actually expansion. There will be moments when you grow weary, when the fight seems endless, when your prayers sound like echoes returning empty. In those moments, remember, silence is not absence, it's strategy. Heaven does its greatest work in the unseen. When you can't trace God's hand, trust His heart. When you can't see the progress, believe the promise. Your only task in this season is to stay anchored. Keep your peace like a blade. Guard your heart like a fortress, and refuse to let bitterness steal your clarity. You will notice, as the days pass, that what once frightened you will begin to lose power. That's the sign of growth. The enemy no longer has access to the same places in you he once did. You've matured beyond his reach. You will begin to sense calm even in chaos. That calm is your weapon. The world doesn't understand how peace can exist in battle. But peace is not the absence of conflict, it's the presence of confidence. And you, chosen one, are walking in divine confidence now. You are no longer reacting to the enemy. You are revealing his defeat simply by standing firm. Every breath you take in faith is a declaration of victory. Every moment you choose peace instead of panic, you reaffirm that light still reigns. So walk forward not as one afraid, but as one anointed. The war may rage, but the outcome is already written. Your light is not fragile, it's eternal. And the darkness you face today will one day become the testimony you carry tomorrow. Hold your ground. Chosen one, the battle is fierce, yes, but you are fiercer. Because no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every step you take now is prophecy fulfilled in motion. You've waited long enough. Chosen one. The stillness is over. The silence has served its purpose, and now heaven's voice rises above every other sound, clear, undeniable, commanding arise. This is not a whisper. This is a call to movement. The divine pause has ended. What once restrained you now releases you. What once silenced you now demands your voice. You have carried revelation in your heart, and heaven is saying, it's time to release it. There is a holy urgency in the air, a stirring that you cannot ignore. You were never meant to stay in waiting forever. The season of preparation has fulfilled its assignment. Now comes the command of activation. The prophet Isaiah once wrote words that vibrate with this very moment. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. Let that echo inside you. This is not a suggestion. It's not a comforting phrase to make you feel hopeful. It's an instruction from heaven, a divine order from the throne. Arise, get up from the ashes of disappointment. Get up from the weight of what didn't work. Get up from the endless replay of what you lost. Because you can't see the dawn while staring at the ruins. God is calling you into motion. Not frantic motion, but faithful motion. The kind that comes when your spirit knows, I can't stay here anymore. The kind that shifts atmospheres, because obedience always carries power. When you move, heaven moves with you. When you take one step forward, angels take 10 on your behalf. When you obey the command to rise, you activate divine assistance that has been waiting for your yes. So rise not just in body, but in belief. Rise in expectation, rise in hope, rise in purpose. You may ask, but what if I'm not ready and heaven answers? You're ready enough for me to say go. Read that again. You are not perfect, but you are prepared. God doesn't call the flawless, He calls the faithful. And right now, faithfulness looks like movement. The things that once intimidated you will soon recognize the authority you carry. Because you are not walking into this season alone, you are walking in the company of heaven's power. The same voice that spoke creation into existence has just spoken over your life. Arise. So stand up not only physically but spiritually. Straighten your posture. Feel your shoulders lift. This is the stance of someone who refuses to live bowed beneath fear. The ground beneath you is no longer the same. The atmosphere has shifted. Doors that refuse to open are now unlocking with a sound that only obedience can trigger. Favor is beginning to move toward you because you've aligned your steps with divine instruction. Every delay has prepared you for this momentum. Every wound has trained you for this wisdom. Every silence has sharpened your spirit to recognize this command. Now, as you rise, do not look around for permission. You will not find it there. Those who could not understand your waiting will not comprehend your movement either. They saw your stillness and called it failure. They will see your motion and call it madness, but heaven calls it manifestation. Do not wait for validation to move. Move, and validation will meet you halfway. Obedience precedes understanding, and faith always feels foolish before it feels fulfilled. You are being asked to act on a word before it makes sense because that's what faith does. It steps out while the ground is still forming. This is not about being seen. It's about being sent. Your rising is not performance, it's prophecy. You are the answer to someone's prayer. You are the living sign of God's timing. And when you move, others who have been sleeping in fear will awaken too. That's why the command to arise was never just for you, it was for everyone watching you. You are not just rising for yourself. You are rising as a signal to others that heaven still speaks, still restores, still redeems. Your obedience will become someone else's courage. Now, take a moment. Close your eyes and whisper to yourself, I am ready. Not because you have everything figured out, but because you finally believe you were chosen for this hour. Let your spirit feel the shift. Let your heart align with movement. Let your soul remember that you are not starting from nothing, you are starting from preparation. The season of hesitation ends here. You've prayed enough, planned enough, waited enough. Now it's time to walk in what heaven has already declared yours. Chosen one. The word is simple, but it carries the weight of heaven behind it. The command is not complex, it's one action that changes everything. Heaven is saying to you right now, arise. If your heart knows that this is your moment, seal it with a declaration of faith. Write these words in the comments, I will rise. Not as performance, but as a prophetic act. It is your agreement with heaven's command. It is the moment you say, yes, Lord, I hear you and I move. And as you type it, as you whisper it, as you feel it settle in your spirit, know this, all of heaven moves when a chosen one rises. There's a story that still trembles with power whenever it's told, the day Joshua stood before the Jordan River. The people of Israel had wandered for 40 years. They had known sand and thirst, the ache of delay, and the weight of hope deferred. Now the land of promise shimmered just across the water, but the river ran wild and deep. There was no bridge, no boat, no clear path, only God's command, step into the water. So the priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant walked forward. They didn't wait for the river to make way. They walked while the water still roared. And when their feet touched the edge, the current stopped, and the river drew back on itself. Dry ground appeared where there had only been flood. The Jordan parted after the step, not before. The way opened under weight, not under wish. Faith has always looked like that movement before understanding. It has always been the courage to trust that God is already at work beneath the surface. that the unseen will make a way when obedience meets it. You are standing in a similar place. Your river may not be made of water, but you can feel its current, a new project, a hard conversation, a decision that will pull you out of the safe and the known. You can sense the fear that comes before obedience, that whisper that says, wait until you're sure. But faith begins where certainty ends. The same God who held the river still waits for your first step. The ancient record says in the book of Joshua, chapter 3, verse 13, as soon as the priests who carry the ark of the Lord of all the earth, set foot in the Jordan, its waters flowing downstream will be cut off and stand up in a heap. It happens in the same order now. First the step, then the miracle. So what does that look like for you today? It might be as simple as sending the application, calling the person you've avoided, enrolling in the class you keep delaying, speaking one honest sentence instead of hiding behind silence. Each small act of trust is a foot into the Jordan. You don't have to see the entire crossing. You just have to trust the next stone that appears under your toes. If you want to practice, begin with one action that carries a little holy fear inside it. Write down what obedience looks like this week. Say out loud, even quietly, I'll step. Let your body feel that decision, shoulders straightening. Breath steady, then move, even if it's half a step, affable. Start your mornings differently. Before the noise finds you, whisper, God, help me step today. Let that prayer become a rhythm that steadies you more than coffee or schedule. Keep a small notebook, call it your Jordan journal. Each time you act in faith, note it. What did you feel? What followed? Over time, you'll begin to trace a pattern. Every step forward reveals a new dry place, a new piece of solid ground you couldn't see before. Remember to look for the quiet partings. They won't always come with thunder or applause. Sometimes the water moves in ways you only notice later, a door that opened easily, a heart that softened, a conversation that healed. These are miracles too, small and exact, shaped perfectly for you. And when fear tries to return, and it will pause, breathe deeply once. Picture that ancient river, the priests carrying the ark, the crowd watching as the impossible unfolded. That story isn't distant history, it's a living pattern. The same God who told them to move tells you don't wait for calm. Walk in faith. Faith doesn't erase uncertainty, it moves through it. It doesn't demand proof, it offers trust. The path will never look ready. The current will always seem strong. But if you wait for ideal conditions, you'll stay on the wrong side of the promise. The river parts for those who move, not for those who measure. So breathe again. Feel the ground under your feet. Look ahead, not at the depth of the water, but at the light glinting beyond it. That light is where God is leading you. When you take that first real step, you'll realize that heaven was never asking for perfection, only participation. The miracle is already written. Your movement just uncovers it. You are not stepping into danger, you are stepping into destiny. You are not risking loss, you are revealing the strength that was planted in you long ago. Somewhere beyond your fear, the river is waiting to make way. Step first. The path will appear beneath you. You are not late, chosen one. You are right on time. Every pause, every delay, every detour has led you here to the moment heaven crowns your perseverance. The long nights, the silent seasons, the invisible labor, none of it was wasted. All along, God was shaping your spirit for this hour. You have walked through deserts that scorched your faith, climbed mountains that tested your endurance, and endured valleys that tried to bury your hope. But look at you now, you're still standing, still believing, still carrying light. Heaven smiles on those who keep walking when it would be easier to quit. And because you did not give up, this is the moment you've been moving toward. You are being crowned for this hour. The ancient words still speak in the second letter to Timothy. Chapter 4, verse 8. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day. This is not a faraway promise reserved for eternity. It's also a present reality. The crown is not just a golden circle, it is recognition from heaven that you have remained faithful through fire. It is the quiet authority that rests on those who endured. You may not see it yet, but others can. They sense something different about you, peace where there used to be panic, clarity where there used to be confusion. That's what happens when heaven crowns a person. Their presence begins to speak louder than their words. Imagine for a moment a gardener at the end of a long season. His hands are scarred from thorns. His clothes carry the scent of earth. But when the first flower blooms, he smiles. That single bloom tells him every hour of labor was worth it. You are that bloom. Beloved, the soil of struggle is still on your hands, but the fragrance of victory is already rising. Heaven is not waiting to reward you later, it is already unfolding glory around you now. Your scars are no longer signs of pain, they are petals of proof. When God crowns you, it's not about status, it's about stewardship. The crown is not for decoration, it's for responsibility. It means heaven can trust you to carry light into dark spaces without letting pride dim it. So wear it humbly, wear it quietly. Let your excellence be your worship. Let your kindness be your crown's reflection. Every time you forgive instead of retaliate, you polish that crown. Every time you lift someone else while you're still climbing, it shines brighter. Every time you stay faithful when no one's watching, heaven adjusts it perfectly on your head. But hear this too, crowns grow heavy if you don't rest beneath them. You were not crowned to perform, you were crowned to serve. And sometimes service means silence, presence, listening. The most radiant kings and queens in the kingdom of heaven are the ones who know how to kneel. So today, if you feel weary, let your rest be worship. Sit quietly and thank God for bringing you this far. Whisper, I receive what you've placed upon me. Let gratitude become the melody that steadies your pace. Beloved chosen one, this is not the end of your story, it's the unveiling of a new chapter. When God crowns someone, He doesn't close their book, He commissions them. You've been refined for influence. But remember, influence without humility is hollow. Let compassion be your language. Let patience be your posture. And let love be the signature that marks every step you take from here. People are watching, yes, but more importantly, they are listening. Not to your words, but to your life. And your life, lived in quiet faithfulness, will preach louder than any sermon. If this message finds you standing at the edge of breakthrough, pause and feel the weight of it. This isn't random encouragement, it's recognition. Heaven sees you, heaven crowns you, heaven entrusts you. And I want to thank you truly for being part of this journey, for reading, listening, showing up with open hearts week after week. You are the reason these words find life. Every time you engage, you're not just helping a voice be heard, you're helping hope find someone who needs it. If this message touched you, let your agreement ripple outward, like this message not as habit, but as a sign that you've heard heaven's whisper. Share it as light. Someone on your timeline is standing where you once stood, waiting for confirmation that they are not forgotten. Subscribe if your heart wants to keep walking with us through this unfolding journey of purpose and prophecy. And if you feel led, donate not out of obligation, but as seed sown into the soil that has fed your faith. Every gift, large or small, helps keep these words reaching the corners of the earth where hope has grown faint. You are more than an audience, you are a living movement of light. Each time you pass these words forward, you become part of heaven's harvest. So from my heart, thank you for carrying these messages, for holding faith with both hands, for believing even when you couldn't see the path. Now take a breath and lift your head. The crown fits. The season has shifted, and heaven, with joy in its voice, declares over you, well done, keep shining. If this resonates within you, leave a simple comment below, one line from your heart that sums up your gratitude, your hope, your promise to keep walking. Write it as your public amen, your yes to heaven's coronation. Because your light matters, your voice matters, and your story isn't ending, it's beginning with glory. You've come a long way, chosen one. From the first whisper of calling to this final breath of the message, something within you has shifted. You've walked through revelation, release, stillness, battle, and rising, and here you are, crowned with clarity. But this isn't an ending, it's an opening. The words you've heard were never meant to cage you in inspiration. They were meant to awaken movement. Let what has stirred in your heart become the rhythm of your next steps. Let peace turn into action. Let faith turn into kindness. Let every truth you've received today shape the way you move through the world tomorrow. If something here has helped you see yourself more clearly, or reminded you that God's timing still holds your story, share it. Pass the light along. Someone out there may be waiting for the same whisper that once saved you. A single message can become a miracle when it finds the right heart. And if not, if you choose not to share, then simply keep what touched you. Fold it gently into your soul like a letter from heaven. Let it rest there until the day you need to unfold it again. Not every seed must be scattered. Some are meant to stay hidden and grow quietly within. Whatever you decide, remember this: heaven isn't measuring your reach, only your response. The smallest act of faith still moves eternity. So take a slow breath. Feel the peace settling over you again. Carry it. Live it. You are not at the end, you are standing at the beginning of something beautiful. Thank you for walking this journey. Until the next whisper finds you, keep shining, keep believing, keep moving forward.